Yan yung secret namin ni Chip eh, but now it's out. So, it was in 2005 and I was chair of the journalism department when in a unanimous vote we got Chip to teach full-time. And there were two applicants to the post. The other applicant is also an established journalist. The vote was unanimous for Chip. The other person got 0 votes. And before that, I didn't know Chip because our journalistic paths were different. She was in print, I was in the wires and TV. But over the years, in the journal department, we became very good friends. And I got to know her as a very down-to-earth person and a very diplomatic person, but very honest in her dealings with people. She was a free spirit, and nobody could dictate on her. She was fair, with a strong sense of social justice, and her heart always went out to the victims and to the unfortunate. In fact, once she made a joke. She told me, "Krista, kawawa naman yung mga NPA at saka MILF. They're always getting bad press. Nobody's managing them." Sabi niya, "What if I apply to be their spokesperson? I guarantee them maximum exposure." She was very generous. We in the department learned from her to give big tips. Kasi kung anong iiwan namin na tips, whenever we would eat out, dadagdagan pa niya, papatungan pa niya. And she was generous also in giving help whenever you would ask her. In fact, every Thursday, before I go to my radio program, I tell her, "Chip, makinig ka, tapos mag-text ka ng questions." And kahit na may klase siya in the afternoon before my program, she would listen and then darating na yung text niya, iba-ibang pangalan, but I knew it was her. So, I will also remember her as a peacemaker. Kasi she always wanted, she always tried to see the good in the enemy, or yung mga perceived tao na ayaw niya. And she would always, we'd always discuss, ano kaya yung pwedeng compromise, because she was always trying to seek the path of peace. Every day, when I would go to the department, my day would start by asking our secretary, si Raquel, I think she's here. Every day, pagpasok sa department, my first question would be, "Raquel, nandiyan na ba si Chip?" And then, pag nandiyan na, I'd be going to her room, tapos we would discuss na our plans for the day. Anong oras kami maglalakad sa Oval, saan kami kakain, ano yung gagawin namin. Tapos we shared a lot of secrets within, kasi sa cubicles na sa journs, the walls are so thin, so nagbubulungan kami na to make sure walang ibang nakakarinig. And pag maglalakad kami sa Oval, kasi para kami nagpapapayat, so would say, "O sige, lakad tayo." But after walking, diretso kami sa Trigo Cafe or sa museum. Kasi she loved to eat, so she always wanted to try the new recipes, and we go eating or take out. Favorite niya, Rason ice cream. I mean, halo-halo, yeah. Palaging sira yung diet. Although, as I said kanina, she was really a free spirit. So despite all my attempts to persuade her to go vegetarian, she said she loved life too much and she loved lechon kawali. So talagang, she wouldn't listen to me when it came to mga vegetarian. Okay, so what did we talk about? Those mga whispered secrets namin. Mostly we discussed, we talked about life. And the common questions were, bakit pa tayo nandito sa mundo na to? What's our purpose in life? We talked about karma and divine justice in the absence of social justice. We talked about tyrants and petty tyrants, and she always wondered what made them tick. We talked about our secret unfulfilled dreams, and unknown to many, Chip was very interested in the metaphysical and the esoteric. I have many very funny, fond memories of Chip, but I think the most hilarious experience I had with her was when we did pole dancing last December. I mean, you know, lahat kami serious looking, naka-glasses, and it took a long time for Marichu and Lou Tangi to convince us to do pole dancing kasi masyado kaming straight. And Chip was very worried about her credibility. Sabi na, Krista, pag nakita to ng mga estudyante, hindi na sila maniniwala sa akin. So, sabi niya, on the condition that no students will be invited to the affair and no video. Kasi baka ma-upload sa YouTube, patay. So we did it after being assured that walang hindi ma-upload sa YouTube and no students, yung number one requirement, we agreed to do the pole dancing. Yeah, we won first place. Yeah, so we did it and it was really hilarious and we really enjoyed it. There were no regrets because Chitan was saying afterwards, it was the experience of dancing together. We were in the department rehearsing and talagang it was so difficult to keep on practicing kasi we were laughing the whole time. We were bent all the time laughing. We had a good bonding experience there. And afterwards, sabi namin, ba't pa natin kakahiya to? Once in a while, we have to have fun. I mean, life should be all about enjoying life. Life shouldn't be always serious. In fact, she enjoyed it so much. We're already planning to do it again for this year or the following years. But ibang klaseng dance sana. Iba naman, surprise. But I don't know if we're going to do it again. Okay, so what did I learn from Chip? I learned a lot of things. The first of which is enjoy life because it's so short. Forget about the tyrants because in the general scheme of things they really don't matter. Do what I can now because despite my deadlines and numerous other activities, Chip was always pushing me to write. And she was telling me, write for Vera Files, write for all the publications. She was always encouraging me because she was encouraging me and she believed in what I had to say and what I was doing. And for that, I thank you, Chip. And I'll never forget you.